Hi, what guidance would you suggest to a young person or someone under 18? I'm beginning to reflect on what I wish I had known before reaching adulthood. Everything I currently know, my passion for learning, sometimes leads me into a maze where I end up exploring divergent topics. The breadth of knowledge expands so much that, occasionally, it can result in some confusion. To navigate this vast tangle, I establish principles, guidelines, or precepts that guide my journey. Each of these principles, each of these foundations contains a comprehensive philosophy and is meant to structure our entire understanding. So, personally, I have 8 or 9 guidelines that I follow, 9 standards for my existence, behavior, guiding my way of living, interpreting my reality, which help me lead a more harmonious life, more aligned with balance, and apply my knowledge in practice, always keeping in mind. These 9 guidelines, or 8 guidelines, are as follows. First, the universe doesn't exist to cater to our desires. If I always remember this guideline, I realize that it's not productive to adopt a victim mentality towards the world because everything I achieve or fail to achieve in my life is my responsibility, and the universe isn't here to make me happy. All the possessions I hold have been acquired through my efforts, and my ability to achieve goals has been forged within me. Therefore, the fundamental principle lies in understanding that the world doesn't exist to satisfy my desires. The second guideline establishes that the world doesn't owe me anything, and I realize that remaining inactive will not bring gains. The world doesn't owe me anything, and I shouldn't demand anything from its inhabitants. There's no need to demand. At times we may long for respect, but instead of demanding it, we should earn it so it's genuine recognition, and that serves as just one example. These principles can be applied universally. The world isn't obligated to grant us opportunities, we must build them. In summary, all these norms revolve around the concept of self-responsibility. The third premise states that we are solely responsible for our lives. No one else has this duty. When facing challenges, we shouldn't expect assistance as the responsibility falls entirely on us. While this may seem selfish or individualistic, it's a reality that becomes more evident in the contemporary world. If we wish to achieve something, we must be the architects of our own destiny. If I'm not prepared to achieve my goals, I should get prepared. For this reason, I often choose paths that depend primarily on my effort rather than relying on others. For example, instead of seeking employment at a company, I opt to create my own business. Instead of attending a higher education institution, I prefer to study independently, forging my own path. Fourth, avoid carrying the burden of other people. Sometimes it's crucial not only to let go of personal victimhood, but also not to get entangled in the victimhood of others. If you seek independence and self-sufficiency, it's natural that some people may try to take advantage of your ability to support yourself and attempt to burden you. When you take on someone else's burden, you end up dividing your vital energy and reducing your own capacity to achieve your goals. The next guideline is the opposite of this. If you don't want to carry the weight of others, you also won't want them to do it for you. Thus, you'll seek to depend less on the assistance of others and increase your self-sufficiency, striving to achieve your goals on your own. In a way, my self-esteem strengthens somewhat in this perspective, which makes me more inclined to embrace challenges. I have a growing desire to surpass myself in relation to the world. The sixth guideline constitutes a mental preparedness plan. It involves recognizing that significant losses are inherent to life and always being ready to face them. What are the most meaningful things in your existence? Your job, your endeavor, your spouse, your children, your parents. Constant preparation becomes imperative because, no matter how much they cause suffering, major setbacks are an inescapable reality. Although difficult to admit, it's crucial to accept that such pitfalls will occur. Finally, the ultimate guideline, the most vital of all. Regardless of where you are, fully immerse yourself. You've heard that cliched expression, live in the moment? That's it. Be completely in the present, focus entirely, with total presence. This attitude transforms everything, my friend. And here's the last norm, the supreme rule. No matter your location, be wholly committed. No matter the activity you're engaged in, no matter if the context is favorable or adverse, No matter if you're brimming with joy or facing deep sadness, be all in that moment, in that space, in that situation. Experience every moment of your life with full presence, but remember, the present is impartial. It's neither virtuous nor malevolent. It's necessary to challenge the notion that experiencing the present is limited to appreciating nature and beautiful things. It's not restricted to that. Enjoy even waiting in line. Be whole in your boredom, in your chaos, in your suffering, and in your significant losses. Live fully. Embrace suffering entirely. Appreciate every aspect completely. Stay entirely present. In practice, this implies avoiding distractions that belong to different moments, that are outside of the now. Let go of worry, remorse from the past, but, of course, that doesn't prevent you from planning and shaping your life, thinking about the future and the next step you should always take. This is a task that must be fulfilled. However, the crux of the matter lies in fully experiencing the present, whether it's a time of contentment or adversity. It doesn't matter who you're with, it doesn't matter when it happens, and not even where you are and what you're doing. Stay immersed in the moment. Genuine presence enhances your aura, making you more noticeable, vibrant, and respected. But, in the end, the focus of this video is to present guidelines that I wish I had received, which would have been valuable before turning 18. Did you like it? If you did, please like, subscribe, and share, because it's just the beginning.